I'm sorry to inform you guys, but this isn't the Brony podcast today. We're we're the guys from Cappuccino Cunnilingus. I'm Rob.
I'm Mitch.
And today we're doing a live podcast from Polycon here at Florida Polytechnic University. Let everybody know you're here by giving a round of applause.
Because it's still being recorded, even though it's live.
Yeah.
That's why, we announced, Florida, you know where we are.
Yeah. Yeah, take that, Mom. More than 10 people in the room. So we have a special show for you guys today. It's been about a little more than a week, right?
Yeah, like a week and a half. Because we were gonna do Florida Man at the end of the last one, but we said wait,
yeah. Yeah, we were gonna do a podcast last week, a second one last week, but then we realized this one's so close that we just figured we might as well wait. In terms of how special it is, I wanted to wait, but you kind of gave it away already.
I know. And I totally wanted to.
Today, our special part of the podcast is going to be, we're going to be doing a take on police scanner following, as opposed to what Kevin Smith on his podcast, Smodcast, does. He follows the ScanBC on Twitter. We're going to be doing #FloridaMan. We're going to be taking a look at all of the great and strange news that's been coming out of Florida for the longest time. And if you've ever read anything from Florida Man, you know how crazy it is. So, how have you been this past couple days?
I've been all right, man. On Wednesday, I got my first opportunity to shadow a class.
What kind of class?
CrossFit at my box, and it was a bunch of Air Force dudes. Mm-hmm. So that was cool because I hadn't been given that opportunity before, and looking for a better job now. That helps me get my foot in the door there. So I'm pretty all right. How about yourself?
So far so good. Just been working a lot this week, trying to get everything together for the podcast, and with your CrossFit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's with training. How advanced are you with it? Is it something that's continuing? Or?
See, I work with individuals. Normally, I have no problem doing that. I hadn't worked with a group of 10 plus individuals before Wednesday, and that was I showed up. And I wasn't even intending on, I wasn't even going to do the WOD that day. I was going to do my own shit. And when I walked in, there was just an excess of people. And the one coach was like, hey, man, I know you want to, learn to coach. Do you want to shadow today? Because I could use the assistance. And I was like, dude, fuck yeah. So kind of just jumped in on that. I learned that there's a really big difference between being a trainer versus a coach. So, when you're working with individuals and you want to teach them the why behind a movement or any kind of reasoning behind why you're doing that movement, you can do that when you're working with an individual. But if you're working with a group and you have to correct 7 different people all moving at high intensity between 3 different stations, whether it be rope climbs, running wall balls, or any kind of weightlifting, you can't really be like, hey, I want you to bring your knees out because you can generate more power this way. I want you to bring your hands up when you're throwing the wall ball because then the natural trajectory of the ball is to go up rather than in front of you if you're holding it like this. Can't take the time to do that. It has to be really fast cues, and that was something I wasn't necessarily used to, but I have a better understanding of it now. So next opportunity I get, hopefully I'll do better.
Okay.
Yeah. What have you been doing at work?
Just dealing with customers, just stupid minimal shit.
Has my old boss walked in there?
Yeah.
Avoided the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I recommended you for a job, and then 4 days later, he's like, "Yeah, I don't need you." So that's always fun when your best friend gets kicked out of a job.
And I moved here for that asshole.
Exactly. That's the fucked up part about that.
Could have stayed in North Miami for another month. Actually, no. I could have stayed until the end of May because the lease was up at the end of May.
Damn.
I came up early for that piece of shit.
Well, hey, if you didn't come up, you wouldn't be here.
No, fucking hell yeah.
We wouldn't be doing this right now.
No, absolutely.
We'd still be sitting on 2 episodes.
True shit.
So, I'm glad you finally did actually come up.
No, I agree. Yeah.
But I had a weird dream the other day, and I'm sure you could probably help me figure this out. It was with dream about more people.
Oh, hello.
Awesome. I had a dream about flying to Europe,
Okay.
and with all like the crazy shit that's been going on, like with terrorism and stuff.
Yeah.
I had a dream about flying to Europe, and then from Florida, like you could easily just cross the Atlantic and go right over to like England or Ireland, whatever.
Absolutely.
For some reason, my plane decided to stop in Chicago, and I had left a backpack in like the terminal, and on the plane, I think it was to like Belgium or something. We get radioed, like we're halfway across the country already. We get radioed that there's a terror suspect on the plane because of they tracked the person that left a backpack in the airport terminal to the plane and then got on the plane. So they're like trying to find everybody and like make sure everybody's who they say they are and stuff like that. And halfway through the dream, I realized that I was the terror suspect. All because I left a backpack full of hoodies and clothes in a terminal.
Fucking teasing, man.
Such bullshit.
Well, they do that stupid shit where it's like, oh yeah, your bottle of water could be a bomb, so throw it in the trash can next to the security where there's a larger percentage of people flowing through here than there will be on your plane, but we're gonna drop the bomb in the trash can next to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right on the other side, of that is a place where you can buy a bottle of water for $4.
Fucking hell, yeah.
So, just random bullshit like that. That to me, that dream really messed with me because then I woke up the next morning and it was, what terror attack happened this week? There's one a week now. Like that's consistent now.
I don't even remember at this point. Fuck.
There's something.
2 days ago. Well, Turkey was 2 weeks ago.
2, 3.
2, 3.
Like
okay. Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But like, you can consider our drone strikes terror attacks still.
You could.
So like, once again, the definition of terrorism, how broad of a spectrum are you willing to look at? Countries that we're not at war with, that we've killed more children in with drone strikes than died during 9/11. That's kind of a little bit fucked up, if you ask me.
Just a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
But speaking of like terrorism and foreigners and stuff like that, I had gone and saw Batman v Superman over the weekend.
Yeah.
And
how was that?
It was fucking phenomenal. I was surprised at how well they did with it. And one of the things that I'd come across was the fact that critics and movie industry people were really upset with it. Like they didn't like how the movie came out, and they weren't happy that this was the story that they went with. Has anybody in here not seen Batman v Superman? All right, so like half of you. Hello. Does any of you care about spoilers? Do you plan on seeing it? Okay, well, Superman dies in the end.
Son of a bitch!
Basically, they took two of the best DC comic stories, which are The Dark Knight Returns and The Death of Superman, and put them together into one story. A lot of people were upset by this because they're trying to build the Justice League. They're trying to form a bigger universe, and with that happening, killing off one of your main people, killing off one of your Trinity that's supposed to be grounding to the universe, is completely out of your mind. Like, it's insane that you would do something like that. So a lot of people weren't happy with that.
Game of Thrones stuff.
All right, sure. They killed half the cast, but that's how the book went anyway. Like, you got to follow these people through their story, and then they die. Yeah. And you find new people to love. You find new characters to hate. As soon as even with Joffrey with his death, spoilers, with his death, you see his story kind of came to an end. Like, there really wasn't much else for him to do. He had already put a spike through Ned Stark's head. He had already pretty much killed all the rest of the Starks at the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time before
Could've
everything. He could have retired at 14.
Yeah.
That would have been the best.
Move to an island.
They're from an island. The Lannisters
A
are
different
from
one.
Well, but essentially, with that, in the movie, there's lots of connotations to Superman being a terrorist and him having a sway towards being foreign and not from Earth and not from America even.
That's interesting. Okay,
Because
they took that approach.
They took that
Oh,
approach
that's fucking cool.
because
All right.
in Man of Steel, if you haven't seen that,
I have not.
Superman fights General Zod and he basically destroys the city. He annihilates skyscrapers and the world engine, the spaceship that they have that's going to try to consume Earth's core.
Mm-hmm.
It basically becomes a fight to the death between him and Zod, and it takes place in the middle of the city. You have a character whose three core values are truth, justice, and the American way. Like, those were the character aspects behind him. And with a character like that, you expect it to be very lighthearted. You expect the writers to be, more heart and spectacle. You expect his character to actually have a positive influence on the story.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, he doesn't care. He does not care at all.
Okay.
And with that, here comes, Batman, which I don't understand why they put Metropolis next to Gotham City, like across the bay from each other, but it kind of makes sense in the story. But you have a character who's so dark and brooding next to a character that is supposed to be like the light of the story and is as dark as he is. Like, with the character writing that they're doing, it felt like they were trying to push a darker tone when they could have went lighter. So I understand where they're coming from, but the general aspects of the story are, this guy who's supposed to represent all the good in the world versus a character whose main goal is to, fight crime by being what the good guys can't do. Essentially vigilante.
Yeah.
So in the movie, Batman is old. He's been doing this for like 20 years. One of his Robins has already died. Joker killed them. Which, by the way, I'm excited for Suicide Squad.
Fuck yeah.
Anybody else excited for Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we have a character who's been through a lot of things. He's seen a lot of despair and heartbreak, and it's brought him to the edge of his humanity. Where do I draw the line of, all right, I'm not going to kill these bad people, but I can leave it up to somebody else to finish them. And you see that in the movie.
Does he create some kind of exoskeleton, like
Batman?
to help him?
Oh yeah,
Because of the fact that, like, at that point he should not have any cartilage in any portion of his body.
halfway through the movie, you see him taking a sledgehammer to an industrial tire. Like, he's supposed to be like 50 years old, and he's still doing like these CrossFit kind of things.
Yeah, I'll say I just beat the shit out of a tire with that sledgehammer last week. It was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have somebody that's supposed to be old and withered doing these incredible things, and then he puts on, a rubber Kevlar leather suit, and then on top of that puts on a metal suit, that has...
Well, by exoskeleton, I meant something that would, like, assist him in, like, with his joints, just because if he's supposed to be old, and he's supposed to have been fighting crime for X amount of years, there's a point where you're destroying the inside of your body.
Mm-hmm.
So without some, I don't know, I'm just did they address that at all?
It wasn't necessarily addressed directly, but you could tell that, he's been training. He's actually been out of commission for the longest time. Like, he actually got back into the game when Superman came along.
Okay.
You see Bruce Wayne, coming up to the Wayne Tower in Metropolis. He lifts the building off of somebody, and that's hundreds of pounds. And even with adrenaline, you can't really do that. But you see, he still has the physique and the ability to do these things, even though he's old and he's withered, and he's a veteran at this.
Mm-hmm.
So for a character like that, it's interesting to see how they take him, and they took him well. A lot of people's main concern was, how is Ben Affleck going to do Batman? Like, this guy couldn't deliver with Daredevil 12 years ago. If you've seen that movie, you know how bad it is. But now you see Batman v Superman, and he portrays Bruce Wayne with such intensity and such gravitas that it's like he was always meant to play that role. He was always meant to be that character. His entire career up to this point was training for that.
Word.
And even as Batman, like when they put him in the suit and you do like close-ups and stuff, he looks like the Batman from The Dark Knight Returns.
Okay.
He embodies that character fully.
I'm still waiting on them to do, the fuck is it? Good Will Hunting 2. Hunting Season. From fucking Jay and Silent Bob. I would support Ben Affleck in that.
I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Him and Matt Damon haven't worked together in a while. But yeah, with, you know, all the superheroes coming together in, not necessarily coming together, but you see like little snippets of, you know, who has what powers and where they came from. You see Aquaman. You see
Really?
You see Jason Momoa, who embodies Aquaman, really.
Mm-hmm.
He erupts from a ship and then gives like a sonic scream underwater and basically sends this underwater drone flying. You see Ezra Miller as the Flash. You know, he's in a convenience store. He stops a criminal from trying to rob the convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was it? It was Cyborg. Victor Stone, I believe, is his name. His father was a scientist. Victor Stone was in an accident, and his father basically used cybernetics to rebuild him.
Okay.
It was a freak accident that, you know, actually made him half man, half machine.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting how that character works, because by the time his movie comes out, which is scheduled for like 2020, there's going to be a hell of a lot more like visual effects and a lot better like physical things that they can do with him.
True shit.
So, is there anything from like Batman, like mythos, or Superman, like that you had like a question on? Because I know you like comic book kind of stuff, but you're not as in depth with it as I am.
All right. I have a question.
Sure.
If Superman was to be in a gang,
Okay.
would he be in the Bloods or the Crips? Because he is from Krypton. And you live by that shit and die by that shit. I think he'd be a fucking Crip.
I don't know. Red's kind of his color.
Yeah,
like,
Red's and Krypton, like Kryptonite, is his weakness. So would he be in the Crips? That's see that's
Mitchell asking all the hard questions. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I really don't. I don't know. He'd probably form his own gang.
You're no fun.
But with speaking of gangs, in the movie, he actually does create a gang. Like years in the future, you see, you know, Earth is all sand, like everything's weathered and stuff like that.
Planet
And
Apes.
not yeah, kinda. Well, yeah, but like the world is under the control of like a alien being or something.
Okay.
And Batman's trying to fight Superman because, you know, it looks like he's under the control of somebody.
Okay.
Like
that's interesting.
He's killing people,
Word.
like physically killing them, as opposed
Not mentally?
to non-voluntarily. Like he's actually going out and killing people.
Word.
And that's kind of what this whole movie is about. It's setting up the bigger universe of what could happen, what will we see.
Well, what do you think is going to happen?
I have a couple theories on it. I mean, as most people would guess, like, you know, they're going to form the Justice League. They're going to have a lot of different characters show up. They've alluded to.
Yeah, I was going to say, you made an interesting point about Batman's parents. So, like, what direction do you think they could go with those characters?
Batman's parents at the beginning of the movie are played by two prolific actors and actress. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who most people know as Sam and Dean's dad from Supernatural. He's also going to be playing Negan in The Walking Dead. He's playing Thomas Wayne, and for Martha Wayne, Bruce's mother, they have Lauren Cohen from The Walking Dead. So, you know, two prolific, you know, people in the acting community coming to do little 3-minute roles. They're paying money to have them for those roles, why would you pay somebody that much money to be in such a small role
Yeah, it doesn't-
when you
like-
can get two nobodies off the street to do it?
Absolutely. Like that's an opener for something else.
Those two characters together, those two actors together could easily do something great. And if you haven't read Flashpoint Paradox, it's essentially Bruce Wayne was the one that died in Crime Alley, and his mother and father became the Joker and Batman, respectively.
Oh, that's fucking interesting.
So
Okay.
with Thomas Wayne becoming Batman and his wife becoming the Joker, it creates a much bigger and much more complicated universe. Because normally we don't see where the Joker's origins come from. We have no idea who that person is.
I still love the theory about him being Ed Norton from Fight Club.
Which one's that again? I don't know that one.
Okay, well, you never find out his name throughout the entirety of the movie. He's Tyler Durden, he's Cornelius, he's all of these various aliases. And he has this ability to get people to follow him blindly and just mercilessly kill people and and perform ridiculous crimes for him, just like in just like the Joker would do.
In the Dark Knight.
Yeah, in the dark, exactly. Then there's the scene where Tyler Durden gets the shit kicked out of him in the basement of the bar by the mob dude, and he's just laughing his fucking ass off, and that's exactly what the Joker did when Batman beat the shit out of him in the interrogation room in Dark Knight. And then at the end, he shoots himself in the face, but it goes through his mouth, and he doesn't wind up killing himself. And that's where the scars. So I fucking love that theory.
That's interesting. I think that might even be like an homage kind of thing. I feel like that's just something that, you know, even from like a directorial point of view, I'm Christopher Nolan, he's been around for a while. He's probably obviously seen Fight Club, so having those correlations kind of makes sense. But with, you know, the story that the people are building now, it's incredible what they can do and what they've teased and, you know, what we're going to see next. Because next we're going to see Suicide Squad, which looks like it's going to be getting a rated R director's cut or DVD release.
Word.
And then after that we get Wonder Woman and the Justice League.
Okay.
And for some reason they made Wonder Woman a period piece about World War I, which, you know, if you're going to do a world war, why not just do number 2? Why not put Hitler in the mix?
Well, World War I was fucked up, but more from a taxation standpoint. That was where everything started to go down.
Well, the entirety of World War I was built on the assassination of Archduke.
Yeah,
I think.
no, absolutely.
And it was botched. Like, the entire thing was so messed up. They missed the original deadline, and somehow they caught him on the way back. Like that, it doesn't make sense that they would build something on that. It doesn't seem plausible unless she had something to do with it.
Maybe she did.
Maybe she did. You never know.
Florida man?
I didn't ruin that mood for anybody, did I? And Rosebud was the sled. Yeah, so Batman v Superman. I liked it. I don't know why there's a ton of people that hate it. I'm sure most people have seen it. Like, does everybody agree it was a good movie, or any dissenting opinion?
I haven't seen it yet, so.
Well, you're shaking your head. What didn't you dig about it?
What did I think about it?
What didn't you dig about it? Because you were shaking your head. I didn't see it, so I can't comment.
Yeah, a lot of the shout-outs in the comics seemed a little bit misplaced, just because, I don't know, like, the part with the Flash when he came back from the future, I thought it was a little bit out of context and a little bit not pertinent to the story.
Can I comment on that real quick?
Yeah.
I want to say it's pertinent to the story because if you're following the Flashpoint Paradox point of view, the Flash is coming back to let Batman know that, you know, Lois Lane is the key to all this, because when Superman dies, you know, he comes back and he tries to kill Lois Lane. He tries to influence the world by killing the person that he loves, and we also see Bizarro come in. Bizarro eventually becomes Superman in that point, while Superman is dead.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Okay.
And a lot of people are just like, oh, he put the S on backwards today. You know, they don't think to, you know, actually dig deep into it. So, I mean, that would be my whole thing behind that. But even still, it doesn't make sense now. But I think they'll establish on that later.
Yeah,
Well-
in the big scheme of things, it makes sense. Like as a standalone movie, that's why I didn't think it really fit in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there were lots of things in that movie. If it was just a standalone, wouldn't fly. But because they're using it as a jumping off point, I think that it actually establishes the bigger universe, with, all these little things that they hinted at.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Now you're saying that Superman behaved in a way that it appeared that he was under the control of somebody else because it wasn't natural behavior for him to be murdering people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if Superman himself had been, is being held somewhere, and
In a grave?
that was Bizarro, who put his S on backwards to be Superman and went and murdered people, and then that was actually, instead of Bizarro coming later, real Superman comes later.
That could be it, but
I don't know. I'm just fucking
I'd-
talking.
it's plausible in the sense that you have to follow the story out more. But
Okay.
the way that they established it, everything looked right for it to be Superman, like the proper Superman.
I feel that.
So,
Word.
yeah. Anybody excited for Civil War? You guys are quiet. Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
You guys are quiet. You just not feeling talking, or
I don't think so.
no?
I didn't get a reaction from that even.
Podcast.
How you doing?
Fun, we're talking about Superman. No?
I'm excited for Civil War, but it's so loosely based off of the comic that I don't feel like it's actually Civil War.
hmm
It's just like, we're going to take this general premise and then contort it to where you can barely tell what it is in relation to what the comics were. Like, how can you do Civil War without the Hulk being in it? Because that was like a really pivotal moment in the comics.
It's hard. It's hard to justify that. Even I can't. With the Hulk, though, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to edge him out to make room for the larger universe that's at hand. They're trying to bring in the more characters. When you're paying somebody like Mark Ruffalo to be in a movie for all of 3 minutes, and you're paying him $700,000 for 3 minutes worth of work, you can easily get somebody to come in for an entire movie for the same price. So having somebody like that, and they also save money on the CGI. They save money on mocap. They save money on all these little things that they don't have to put in for him. But
It doesn't feel like it's going to be the actual, like, it's not Civil War.
yeah, when you look at the airport scene, you're like, all right, there's 11 people down there. There should be like 11,000. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the most excited thing, I'm excited for Spider-Man. This is our first chance to see Spider-Man in the larger Marvel Comics universe for the movies. Ever since the year 2000 with Sam Raimi, Sony has been in control of the Spider-Man movies. Have all of his characters, all of his villains, everything. They finally reached a deal last year to bring him into the Marvel universe, and now we're going to see our favorite web slinger play around with some of
Slinger, that's good.
some of our favorite characters. He's gonna talk with Iron Man. He's gonna hang out with Captain America. He's gonna have these interactions that we haven't seen yet. The other character that I'm really hoping that they probably won't, but I really want to see be brought into the universe, and I could care less about Skrulls or X-Men or anything. I want to see Deadpool. I want to see Deadpool in the Marvel universe. I want to see him in a Captain America movie saving up his fuck. I want to see him trying to catch himself, stopping himself from saying it. I want to see him flirting with Spider-Man. I want to see, this character be who he's meant to be in this larger universe. Because even the standalone movie was great. I think they had the right idea, just overall. But with like the limited quantity of things that they were willing to give the director and the producers, wasn't enough. Like,
You can only do so much.
Ryan Reynolds carried that movie on his back. Like, he needs to actually make an even better movie. He needs people around him that he can play off of.
Yeah.
He needs that larger universe.
Absolutely.
And I think that character would fit perfectly in there, even if he is the only one. He is the only one that I would allow to get into that universe, like, just off the cuff.
Allow.
allow. Yeah,
authority figure now.
just I don't see Cyclops and Jean Grey fitting in with this Captain America and this Iron Man. Like I don't see those Fruit Loops and Cocoa Puffs mixing. You know, it's
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
so it's a weird thing. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe you know, he's a character I would love to see.
I feel that. Yeah.
So where are we at right now?
Florida.
We're only a half hour in, man.
I don't know.
We still got an hour if we want it.
That's true.
Do you want to jump into it?
Jump in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah,
can
because
jump
we
into
don't necessarily
Florida.
have to end with it because we can, right now.
We can bullshit.
If there's no immediate topic on hand, there's no point in trying to conjure one when we can go to that and get material from that and then.
Like we're doing right now?
Yeah, exactly. Like right now we're just fucking talking.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking talking.
All right. So the main special thing we had for this podcast was we wanted to do a call out to Florida Man, seeing as how we're from the east coast of Florida. FPU is central, more to the west coast. We wanted to get a general view of who's seen what story and what actually is funny to people and exactly what kind of stuff would help us in the future. So, is everybody down for that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll bring this up here.
Okay.
So we were supposed to come up with topics, but I don't think either of us wrote down anything.
Nope.
So basically what I did was I went to Twitter and wrote in #FloridaMan, and the actual Florida Man Twitter came up. So all the stories are on here. So right off the bat, we have Governor Rick Scott wants Yale University to move to Florida because Florida. Just, it sounds so nonsensical that this would happen.
How long is Yale's like one of the oldest universities. Like
I would say over 200.
Yeah, it's old as fuck, and they're just gonna move it.
Yeah. Right? Governor Rick Scott called on Yale University to consider moving operations to Florida following news that a Connecticut state legislature is proposing to levy a 7% tax on the net investment profits. God, this is boring. Of Yale University's $25.6 billion endowment. That is a very large endowment. That's why Rick Scott wants it.
They are well endowed.
That's why Rick Scott wants it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was pretty boring. I don't like having to read big words. Florida man holding Death to America sign beat senseless. He kind of looks like the guy that would do that.
Yeah.
Bullet lodged in Florida man's
Hello,
testicle.
convention goers. Please keep in mind there will be a chess tournament in IST 1060.
Oh shit.
In addition, one food truck is allowed to stay for an additional amount of time.
I know a bishop goes
so if you still
diagonal.
have a lunch food voucher, make sure to go out there and use it. In addition,
That's why I love you.
if you have not yet received a parking pass for your vehicle, please get one so you will not receive a citation from our police department. Of course, normal poly students who have a parking pass are exempt from this requirement. If you have any questions, please ask someone in a yellow vest or ask someone at the IF.
I have so many questions for you.
Talk to the other guy.
I want to drop out the phone. That's street work.
Well, it's a good thing that interrupted that.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Bullet lodged.
Bullet lodged in Florida man's testicle after wife shoots him for having an affair.
Oh, balls, that sucks.
I mean, sounds appropriate.
Yeah.
If
That's capital punishment if I ever saw it.
Florida man drives 6 miles with his screaming wife on the hood of the car, claims didn't know she was there. if your cup was, 5'3" and weighed, 100 pounds, sure. I stood on the roof of my car and I indented it. So I don't know how you could just forget somebody's up there. Oh my goodness.
I danced on the hood of my friend's car in high school once. He got real pissed. He didn't dent it though.
Well, you're 100 pounds soaking wet. I got you beat times 2.
Fair.
Oh boy.
No good ones.
No good ones.
No good ones.
Interesting.
Shit.
Porter, you're letting us down right
Yeah.
Like I
Out
knew
of all the ridiculous
I know
shit
that there
we
was a
have
bunch
seen,
of them.
now we can't find any.
I know that there was a bunch of them. I think that was just on the Florida Man page. Why would it give me that? Fuck you.
now. There's a Florida woman, too.
There's Florida woman.
Yeah.
There's Florida Woman too.
Yeah. I heard that one's just bad.
Dig it. Or we could also do Reddit instead of the Twitter.
Ooh, that might be good.
Yeah, Reddit will have a bunch of shit.
Ooh, wait, I just changed it to live.
I'm sorry, what?
I changed it to live instead of being just on the regular account.
Oh, okay.
I needed to take it back.
Oh, yeah, go for it, man.
Tumblr, too.
Smells good.
Tumblr too?
Yeah.
Shit.
I just found an entire set of pictures.
Alright. I am...
Yeah, smells good.
You want some?
Hey, you want some? Go for it.
There's cups in the back if you want it. Let's see if I can remember my Tumblr login. Because I don't think I ever
I'm just gonna go on
signed
Reddit real
in.
fucking quick.
Yeah, you go on Reddit. I'll go on Tumblr.
Reddit.
Thank you for the heads up, by the way.
Thank you.
I swore that there was more on Twitter. Like, I would have guessed that there would be more.
Alright, we good. I found some shit.
Go for it.
Oh, I mean, it's loading. Oh, okay. Florida man doesn't like his girlfriend's ex. Uses an AK-47 to convey that fact.
Hashtag Florida Man?
God bless Florida, man.
It's 18 plus.
Yeah. I think that's why those two left.
I was like, when he
Yeah.
you changed your.
I tried to hold back a little bit.
He didn't.
No. I don't think you even care.
I was like, I could tell you changed. Like, oh no.
Like, I saw it and I was just like, maybe if I don't say anything, maybe it'll work.
An AK-47 is a smart choice, though, you know? Doesn't jam up much. You can throw it on the ground and kick it.
Don't they jam the most?
No, dude. They're, like, way more durable than American, like, rifles and shit.
It's the AR-15 that jams.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
What's up?
The Russian rifle jams up a lot.
Florida woman off to prison for torching world's oldest bald cypress tree.
Do they have a picture?
Just of her.
Oh.
I wish some tree.
She looks like she's mad at trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really hates hippies, man. She's like, you can't hug shit!
Here we go. The signs as Florida Man tweets. Let's see if we can get all of them up.
Oh, those are fantastic.
If you're an Aries, your story would be Florida Man tries to rob convenience store while dressed as Darth Vader.
Oh my god. Have you heard I saw an article about a Florida woman is trying to like fight like the court because she wants to keep her, get this, trained pet alligator on the motorcycle.
Yes!
I'm like, what? Did you see like there's a photo of the alligators like sitting right beside the motorcycle? Oh my god.
That's actually the post that made me be like, we have to do Florida Man. I was like, we have to talk about this shit.
Yes.
Oh man, drugs there.
If you're a Scorpio, enjoy your coffee. If you happen to be a Scorpio, Florida Man waves at customers while masturbating outside grocery store.
It's like that Coney 2012 guy.
Oh yeah.
Just fucking ran in
Maybe
the
that was
street.
him.
Yeah, could have
That
been.
might have been him.
I wonder if he was a Scorpio. What up? How you doing? Nice.
Want to watch the podcast? The door squeaks, so.
Same.
Get some WD-40, please.
Ooh, here we go. I'm an Aquarius. Florida man refuses to get out of hotel pool, demands police tickle him.
What's Cancer's?
Cancer? I just saw it. SWAT team forced to wait outside as Florida man and girlfriend have sex one last time.
Gemini.
Gemini? Which
Gemini? Let's see. That one up there. Florida man caught watching porn on cell phone while teaching 9th grade reading class.
That was. Oh my god.
I bet they all left with A's though. You probably didn't care. If you're a Leo, Florida man says he just can't help breaking into people's homes, flashing them his junk.
It's my purpose.
I found the meaning to life.
I don't want to hurt you. You just need to see me.
No. Florida man throws alligator through Wendy's drive-thru window. Oh, here's one for us for our next show, most likely.
All right.
Florida man at art show ignores stabbing, thinking it is performance art.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, like, sometimes it's their performance. That guy acted fucking great. He just fell to the ground, man. Like,
That's all red paint.
yeah, he knew what he was doing.
They did that all in post. Florida man prolongs police standoff to house. Yeah, we saw that one. Damn. That one's dumb.
What's that? DIY,
DIY for Bernie. Oh my gosh. Gun-loving Florida woman shot by 4-year-old son hours after bragging he gets jacked up to shoot.
She lived.
It
Just says she got shot.
I would assume that she was the one that gave the story.
Mm.
I would hope, because you can't interview a 4-year-old. You have to get
Really?
permission.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Florida man with DUI mistakenly gives fake name with DUI to deputy. Like, you have to learn to keep your story straight.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. One of my favorite memes that has like arisen in like the past 6 months. Poll shows 38% of Florida voters believe Ted Cruz could be the Zodiac killer.
Yeah. Believe it, yeah.
There was actually, he was on, was it Jimmy Kimmel, or he was on one of the late night shows recently, and they asked him what his favorite cereal was, and he was like, breakfast or like serial killer. And like, you could tell, like, he knew exactly, like, he knew what was going on. Like, that shit was intense. I would think that he would answer that just straight up, but he got in with it.
They took Ted Cruz's face, but they only took the bottom half, and they used that for Ashley Madison.
That's messed up.
No, this is bad. It was hilarious.
One of my favorite news stories that came out recently. Florida teen arrested for performing exam as fake doctor with own offices.
I thought that was fucking hilarious.
That kid is a fucking genius. he I understand, like, the movie Catch Me If You Can. Like, he was a doctor and a lawyer and an airplane pilot, and he had no reason to be doing any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But this kid did it in real. This kid also did this, like, in the modern time where you could literally look up anything on the internet. Back then, there was no internet, no technology to look up, you know, if somebody graduated from college. Today, you actually have to, like, fill out, and they'll contact the university and ask, be like, did you actually have this student graduate? They'll ask. I've had Johnson & Wales be called a couple times.
Really?
For applications I've had.
That's fucked.
Oh, my goodness.
I just love how he was able to bullshit. Like, how long was he a doctor for before he got caught?
It was like a year, I thought. I think it was a year.
He knows how to bullshit really fucking well. Or he really knows what he's doing and just never got licensed. One of the two.
One of the two. I
Or
would
both.
think.
Yeah, both.
Florida man
He knows
attacks...
enough that he can bullshit the rest.
right? Florida man attacks ATM with hatchet after it doesn't accept his check. Well, I guess.
Can't babysit, so she boards it. Florida man can't babysit, so Florida woman boards up windows and doors to her apartment to keep her 2-year-old in while she goes out to party. She failed.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let me find that.
I don't know.
Either the kid got out or the guy got in.
Yeah, one of the two.
I see this Florida woman was taking a page right out of Casey Anthony's playbook. Thank you, Reddit. Oh my goodness. Florida man turns himself in for murdering imaginary friend. Oh. That's upsetting. Florida man trying to time travel drives his car through a building. 88.
Is it 88?
88.
I can't tell.
With 1.21 gigawatts of power.
What's that Walmart one?
Which one?
Walmart's like.
Police in St. Johns County, Florida, discovered a meth lab in the back of a car in a Walmart parking lot on Saturday. In response, the owner of the car said, "What was I supposed to do? Take my meth lab with me into Walmart? It's not a baby. The meth lab will be perfectly fine in the heat."
Oh my god. There was a story about somebody had like a meth lab in an actual Walmart. Like they had actually built one in the store.
That's fucking crazy. Yo, it was right after I had found, it was right after Florida had made living off the grid illegal.
Mm-hmm.
I went ziplining somewhere here. I don't remember where, but I know that we were like down here for like Christmas or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to one of the dudes about it, and I was like, "Hey man, like, cause it was like on a reservation," and I was like, with how like conservation based, at least this area of Florida seems, why is living off the grid like illegal? You would think self-sustaining would be something that people would strive for if you're trying to conserve and really like be sustainable.
You would think that the Sunshine State would have a lot more
The
solar
power,
panels.
yeah, like fucking what? And he was like, "Yeah, man, you know, the biggest problem is we have so many meth labs that as soon as you say you can go live off the grid, everybody just goes to the woods with a trailer and just fucking starts it. And they have to fly helicopters with thermal
energy.
Yeah, thermal energy to look for him and shit." And they were like, "All right, it's a lot easier if we just make it illegal to live off the grid because then less people are going to do it." But that's not the case because drugs are illegal. And then I love marijuana. So like you can always have access to illegal things.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Florida man breaks into jail to hang out with his friends.
Gotta kick it with the homies, bro.
Right?
He didn't even try to let them out.
What?
He didn't even try to break them out.
No, it just says tries to hang out with them.
Visiting hours are over. No! I will stay.
Florida man knocked unconscious by hot sauce bottle in fight over graham crackers. Why the hell do you have hot sauce with graham crackers? Are you trying to make like a hot s'more? Like what's going on?
I don't know.
The hot sauce bottle will first.
Admits to
Which one?
Florida candidate for U.S. Senate admits to sacrificing goat and drinking its blood.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's clarify. He's a libertarian candidate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He has the right to do so.
Florida man selling $1.2 million home for $285 and a 300-word essay. So if you're good at writing, look that one up.
When was it posted?
That's a good question. It was under the Reddit, under the Reddit forum, Our Florida Man. So it's probably a while ago.
Yeah, probably already taken. They're gonna word it.
To write that right
I'm
now.
trying to write a TV show and I can't even get past the title.
You're on episode like 5.
6.
Well, I'm saying you have up to 5 written.
But I can't get past this first title.
Oh, okay.
Like this one just, I don't know why it's not making sense to me. Why I can't write it. It's probably
What's the
just a block. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me.
Oh, that's great. Oh yeah,
It's
we've
the-
gone over this.
it's the
yeah,
prom
yeah.
episode,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, just smoke some weed. Get the inspiration.
Right? Florida man gets shot by puppy. I remember reading this, and I want to say I want to say it was a shotgun. He put the shotgun on the ground, and because the dog was trying to, bat away a snake or something, and the dog accidentally stepped on the trigger, and its nail caught it and shot him, as he was trying to break it up.
Oh my god, that's fucking crazy.
Is he alive?
I want to say he did live.
Why didn't he just shoot the snake?
Right? Easy solutions. Blade-loving Florida woman swings machete at cops, has over 500 swords in her house.
Sounds great.
Swords cost a lot of money, too.
They do, man.
Yeah. I wanted to buy one at an antique mall.
Word.
And just for the one, they had a set of 3.
Mhm.
Just for the one, it was $35. And it was the small one. For the long one, they wanted $135. They're expensive. What's
I
up?
went to,
How's it going? Cool.
I went to high school with this dude who studied chemistry and worked with this one guy building making samurai swords, and they'd all cost between $2,000 and $5,000.
Mm.
But they took months and months and months to make. But the artistry behind it is fantastic.
Interesting. I'd learn how to make swords.
Chemistry.
Alchemy.
Yeah.
Florida man attempts to cash $368 billion check. I think that was the same guy that attacked the ATM machine.
Which one? Florida senator pulls gun on lost pizza boy and then sues him for $14,000. What? What? You're looking at this one, right? Yeah, what the fuck? Okay.
Florida man shoots sister in the ass for baking him sexy penis cake. I don't follow that logic.
It's cake, but it's still cake.
It's still cake. Yeah.
Shot with a gun, right?
You could say
Shoot sister in the ass. Doesn't
Oh,
say
cake,
gun.
cake.
It doesn't say gun.
Rubber band. Shoot with a rubber band.
Could have been. That's fucked up. I'm not reading that one.
Which one?
That one.
That bad for 18 plus.
I'm not doing that one.
What the fuck?
I don't want to do that one. Even for me, that's depressing.
Alright, I will. I don't care.
No. No. That one. There you go.
Alright. Florida man jailed after reporting for jury duty drunk takes cases to Supreme Court. Wins. Hell yeah. It's I don't know why people have a problem with jury duty, because I would love to go, and if it's a non-violent crime, just make sure that person doesn't go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes forever.
But you can prevent someone, if it's a victimless crime, then a normal person would be like, oh, okay, despite there not being a victim, he had drugs on him, so he needs to go into a cage for mandatory minimum sentencing, whatever that fucking length is. And I'd rather be like, yo, this person has not hurt any other individual, so I refuse to conform to the unanimous decision of throwing him in a cage for the rest of his time here. Fuck that.
Or when it doesn't have just because they have drugs, but it has nothing to do with the case that's going on.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's messed up.
Yeah. Man who had sex for a year with a captive dolphin named Dolly speaks out about their year-long love affair in new documentary and claims she seduced him. That blowhole, man. I've seen some stuff on Snapchat. Am I kidding? I don't have Snapchat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't think you had Snapchat, bro.
Oh, man.
What's Pygmalion?
What?
Pygmalion?
That looks like just somebody's diatribe. I'm going back up now. There was nothing else at the bottom.
Because gators just love Taco Bell? Kids, do you see yourself? Don't drink and take Xanax. Don't drink and take Xanax. Duh. Oh, that's way too long to fucking read.
Yeah.
No.
That's somebody's like entire life story.
Yeah.
But yeah, Florida Man's like my favorite hero. Not the hero we deserve, but he's the one we have right now. He's kind of all we got.
But he is the one we deserve.
Yeah.
He's the one that's there.
Yeah. Ooh, this is Seth Meyers, right? Ah, yeah, that's.
Wait, was that one good? Or no?
Nah, it was the time travel one.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is good. Yeah, Florida woman.
Oh, here we go. Nope. Nope, not that one.
Wait, what? I'm confused. What's up with the hashtag holding baby? Wait, all right. This headline says Florida woman kills her only daughter. Hashtag holding baby girl. So is she holding a baby girl and kills her only daughter, or is she holding her daughter and kills her daughter and then leaves her daughter in her arms while she holds her?
That is a good question. It's both.
You would think clickbait headlines would actually be better described.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Florida woman arrested after throwing a knife at her boyfriend after he farted while watching TV with her. Come on, man.
Wait, go down. I almost finished reading it.
Either that or she went and took time to go in like and
What?
get a knife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's strange. Because I don't, like, the holding has no relevance.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that one. Damn.
Cocoa Beach Man cooks baby manatee. What the fuck? What the fuck? Surf and turf, like, for real. The sea cow. Yeah,
Ooh.
you know?
I don't know if you were paying attention like 2 weeks ago, but
Maybe.
up on 95 towards Cape Canaveral,
Okay.
there were two trucks traveling next to each other on the highway.
Okay.
One carrying Doritos, one carrying beer. Guess what happens?
They crash, yeah, like that.
They crash and explode all over the highway in the middle of spring break.
People were happy as shit.
At 3 in the morning
Oh.
near Cape Canaveral, that's like spring break. That's like spring break, like hot zone.
Yeah.
Like that highway should have been like swarmed with just drunk college teens.
Ooh. So. Oh, sorry.
People do not help out like drivers at all.
Oh no.
They went straight for all the stuff.
Oh yeah.
course.
With I know there was somebody told me a story when there was a cargo ship that had got stuck on a reef outside of Vero Beach, and like there was like electronics and stuff washing up on the beach, like care packages and stuff that are washing up. People would just take them, head home, like not even like trying to be like, oh hey, I just washed up on the beach, or trying to figure out where it's supposed to go. No, just took it home.
Did we address the Indian River last?
What?
Did we address the Indian River on the last podcast?
Yeah, we talked about the
Okay.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we did. I just wasn't sure because I was gonna say that could go right into that.
Yeah, I mean, Florida Man says William Shatner is his dad, seeks $170 million. I mean, I would try to say it, even though he's like 75.
Yeah, I gotta pee.
Can you hold it a little longer?
Yeah. How much longer?
Maybe like 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes? I could do 10 more minutes.
Yeah, 10 more minutes
I
should
could do
be
10 more
fine.
minutes.
It'll be a short episode.
All right, word.
Yeah, see, look, right there. The baby manatee.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Oh my god.
You gotta eat. You gotta eat.
I mean, we've had, or you've had wild boar, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had buffalo. It's pretty good.
What? But wait. What's the relevance of that
Wild
to a
animal.
manatee?
Wild animal.
Oh, yeah, but like like those are animals that you would eat. Like no one's like, oh, I want a manatee steak. I want some manatee chili.
That's all you got, man.
What's that? alleged affair. Oh,
That's the bullet, yeah.
Yeah. What up?
All of these are like the same.
It's the
what
same
fuck,
bullshit,
man.
man.
Have you guys, like, you personally, have you heard, like, some weird stories?
Off the top of my head,
Weird things that I've seen. Maybe.
go for it.
Trying to think. I remember there was when I first moved down to Florida. There was who was it? There was something going on. I'm trying to remember where the hell it was at because I don't remember it that well. It was at like a car meetup or something somewhere, and this guy was like trying to do a wheelie like with his car, and he ended up like getting all the weight on the one tire, and like his car fell to the side, like on the driver's side. So like all the weight of the car just falls over, and like you see a whole bunch of people like that are there like trying to flip the car back over. And it's like this really intense experience, and it was at night too. So like you have all these headlights like pointing at the car, like trying to get a good read on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
This didn't happen in Florida, but when I was living in Berkeley over the summer, I was walking around at like 3 in the morning, and this one dude decided to start throwing lighters at me, and like saying "What's up?" and like I talked to him for like a minute and went on my way. But then I came back like 3 hours later, and he was still in the same spot, and he started yelling at me. And he grabbed a trash can and started like kicking his legs while walking with the trash can, and there was a line of cars that were all parked on the side of the road. He was like, "Hey man, you want anything from any of these cars?" I was like, "No." "No, I don't." And he was like, "All right." But he just started like pulling on all of the handles and just continued to walk and was asking me if I was God, and I was like, "No." And I was like, are you God?" And he was like, "No, I am not." And I forget what, like, we talked for like another minute, and I was just like really trying to get away from him, and I hear a car behind me, and I forget what he was saying, but like, mid-conversation he's just like, "Excuse me for a second." Okay. And he jumped into the middle of the road in front of the car, and the car stopped. But the dude brought down his window, was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "I want to use your phone. I gotta call somebody, man. I gotta call somebody." And the guy was like, "You're fucking crazy." And I left. So I was like, this is my opportunity to walk away.
He's somebody else's problem now.
Huh?
How many lighters did he have?
3. He was hanging outside of a 7-Eleven, so like.
You made it sound like there was 30. Like he was just berating you with lighters.
"You piece of shit. I'm gonna open up a new packet."
Did anybody else hear the story about the guy in Miami who went to go eat at this nice, like, $200 meal at this restaurant, and he had brought a snake, a little 3-foot snake with him, smuggled it into the restaurant, and he was just eating with this snake. So they asked him to leave. And he's like, no, I'm not going to go do that, no. And he's like, fine. And he left, and he came back with a 13-foot ball python, dropped it on the ground, and left.
And that's how he ended up.
The first person in the state of Florida to get charged with assault with a snake.
I love it. That's
I
great.
find that more surprising than anything else in that story. That he was the first person.
Yeah.
That's the most surprising fact.
They're the first for
Like
everything.
no one else has sicked their snake on someone.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised someone doesn't walk down the street using them like whips.
Like, I'm trying to figure out how he got into this restaurant. It's a really nice restaurant with a 13-foot python. How did he smuggle
Long
it?
hair?
I don't think he snuck that one in.
Yeah, he probably just walked in and dropped that one.
Yeah.
Here, this is for you. Have fun.
But he was just so mad
I don't
that
think
he
he's
was
gonna
eat this nice dinner with his pet snake.
That's great.
Take the snake out of dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Is that it?
I mean, we had an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think an hour's
I think
good.
that was good.
I just don't know what else we would say. I don't want to
Yeah.
keep anybody waiting.
Yeah, I think we hit up pretty much everything.
All right, word.
All right, so yeah, that was Cappuccino Cunnilingus episode 8. Thank you all for
Yeah, thank you for
sitting
staying.
through all that. I mean, and interacting with us that time. So it means a lot that a lot of you came out and came out to support us and check us out and see what we're up to. if you want to go back, check out older episodes, you can check out our YouTube page. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff like this. We'll be more prepared next time.
Yeah, I'll write shit down.
Yeah, I'll try to write more shit down. But, with that, I wanted to thank all of you for coming out and give yourselves a round of applause for sticking through that. So, all right. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Well, that's episode 8. So let's stop.
Cool.